I'm Toni Fine, your FineFit sister, and we are getting ready to do 1 hour of cardio. So I'm gonna set my treadmill to 3.5 miles per hour and keep it really flat and knock it out. And during this time, let's talk some weight loss. Good morning. There we go. All right, pushing it to 3.5. Why 3.5? Because I got a VO2 test, and this is something that I suggest every single person do if you're interested in optimizing your workouts. This test will tell you exactly where your heart rate should be to be in a fat burning zone. So for me, my heart rate needs to be between 110 and 120 on a treadmill. This does not mean 110 to 120 on a bike or an elliptical, only on the treadmill. And for my heart rate to get in that range, I need to be at 3.5 on the treadmill. But for you, that could be lower. Alrighty, so weight loss is simple, but fat loss is actually what you want. When you focus on losing weight, you're gonna lose a combination of fat, water, and muscle. But this means you can look maybe a little deflated, or what some people refer to as melted. So instead of focusing on weight loss, I want you to focus just on fat loss. That is why we do our cardio in our fat burning zone, and that's why we focus on lifting weights. So make sure you check out my other videos to see how to effectively build muscle while you're losing fat. Oh, I love cardio. It's my favorite part of every morning. I do it at least 30 minutes. So it's super important that you make some time for yourself. And the easiest way to make time for yourself is to do it in the morning. So I hope you're doing this when it is most convenient for you. Alrighty, so while I'm on this treadmill, I'm gonna answer a couple of questions that I routinely get about how to lose weight. And the number one is, why do I need a metabolic test? Well, if you don't know already, a metabolic test tells you what your metabolism is. So a lot of people refer to their metabolism as being slow or fast. But really what a metabolism is your metabolic rate. That tells you how many calories your body burns. So if your metabolic rate is 1600, that means you should be eating in the same range. A lot of times our metabolic rate is 1600, 1500, but we're eating 4,000 and 5,000 calories. So instead of overeating the amount of calories our body can burn, you want to find what that number is by using the link in the bio, entering your height, weight, age, and activity level, and it will tell you. And then find a matching meal plan so you can learn how to eat how many calories your body can naturally burn. That's going to be the easiest way for you to lose fat and build muscle. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Hope you're having a great day. It is going to be a good one today. We're gonna get in an hour of cardio. It's gonna be so simple. Now, if you're a beginner, I only suggest 30 minutes, but if it's the weekend, you plan on doing some really fun eating, go ahead and get a little bit more cardio in. That's okay. Oh my goodness, yes. So if you got a metabolic test, tell me about your results. What did it say? What did it say? Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. So I'm just doing a little bit of cardio. Gonna get our heart rate between 110 and 120. I like to check it every couple of minutes to make sure I'm in that fat burning zone. What are workouts to get rid of arm fat? That's a great question. So to get rid of arm fat, that's simply just fat loss. You wanna lose fat, but you also wanna maintain the muscle. Why? If you just focus on losing weight, you're gonna lose a combination of fat, water, and muscle, and you may end up with very flabby arms. So instead, you wanna eat in your calorie maintenance area, or maybe even in a small surplus. Doing this will allow you to lose fat, but while you're doing that, you must focus on lifting heavy weights to build up your muscles, so you're not left with arms that you don't love completely. You can get a metabolic test from a primary doctor, or you can go to a weight loss clinic or a nutritionist. There are a lot of people who do metabolic tests. So if you want to learn where to get one so you can learn more about your body, just Google it. Oh, very good. Now, what were your results? When you get your results from your metabolic test, your nutritionist or dietitian will usually explain those. But in short, it tells how many calories your body burns. And a metabolic test is when you put a hose over your mouth and then you breathe into it. This measures how many calories your body is burning. It's so helpful to know. It's so helpful to know. You can't get, that's okay. So just use your Google to figure out how many calories you should be eating and then get a meal plan based on that. That's the easiest thing to do. When I was at the beginning of my journey, I had no clue that my metabolism was just 1,600, but I was eating 4,000 and 5,000 calories. And it's super simple to do that. Going somewhere as delicious as Red Robin would mean that I ate 5,000 calories. And I love Red Robin. So it's really important to not overeat the amount of calories that you can burn. Our goal is always, our goal is always to eat what we can burn, not to eat more than we can burn. That wouldn't be helpful. Oh, excellent. Excellent. I'm so glad that hopefully you'll take that advice and do more testing. So tests that I suggest, DEXA scan will tell you your body fat percentage. It will tell you exactly how much of your body is fat and how much of your body is lean muscle. This is really important to know. A lot of people in their journey say, I'm 300 pounds, which means I need to lose 150 pounds. That's not true. If you're 300 pounds, you might be 200 pounds of just muscle, which is really beautiful, and you want to maintain that. And then you have to have a certain amount of body fat in order to be healthy. So maybe at 300 pounds, you're 200 pounds of muscle and you need to maintain 40 pounds of fat, which means you need to be closer to 240 pounds. So the goal is not to lose the most amount of weight possible, it's actually just to be healthy. Yes! So if you do not have access to a metabolic test, that's okay. You can use the calculator in the link in the bio. It is so on point with what your results from a metabolic test would be. Metabolic tests are about $80 to $100 in my experience. And in my experience, they're within a couple of calories of the real deal. So my calculator and the real deal, they're just about the same. Yes, oh, I'm so excited. So excited for my people who are deciding to move forward and get more testing, because it's better to get these tests now versus when the doctor calls us into his office and then we need to take things more seriously. Excellent. So if you want to lose tummy weight, I want you to grab that. See, your tummy is just, thank you, your tummy is just fat. That's it. So a lot of people say, what can I do to get abs, get abs, get abs? You already have abs. If you're sitting up right now, those are your abs and they are engaged. So the way to see your abs is simply just get a meal plan that allows you to eat at maintenance or in a small deficit, and you can begin to lose fat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you can lose fat. So you already have it. There are no workouts that are going to give you a flat tummy. There are only workouts that can strengthen your core and build your muscles. Neither one of those are going to unveil the muscles that you build. So you got to lose the fat to unveil it. What do I think about the new chia pudding craze? How many calories is in it, really? So there are some benefits to eating chia, not enough for me to actually do it. So there are gonna be a ton of things that you perceive as healthy. Green smoothies, chia pudding, what else do I see? There's so many things to eat. What matters at the end is how much of it you're eating. So if you have a spoonful of chia, that may be 100 calories. If you pour in your chia seeds, that may be 400 calories. Now at 400 calories is not a good idea. At 100 calories, it's okay. What can you do about extra skin around the tummy? So if you lose some fat, you've got extra skin, maybe C-section pouch or mommy pooch, that's fine. Continue to lose the fat and build the muscle. Build the muscle underneath. How do you do that? Meal plan. What time of day in the morning is when I take all of my supplements. So supplements that I would take, digestive enzymes that allows my food to digest, vitamin C to keep me healthy. So those are a few of my favorites, but I always take my supplements in the morning. If you want to start your journey at the top of the month, that is the best idea. Don't wait until the top of the year. At the top of the year, it's gonna be really saturated and there's gonna be so much information coming at you, it's gonna be hard to make a decision on how to properly lose weight. So instead, you want to start now. Today is the best day to start. If you're diabetic, it is awesome and probably the best idea to get a meal plan. I have a ton of people on my meal plans who were on insulin, who are no longer, who were pre-diabetic, who are no longer, who did have pre-hypertension, who are no longer. So getting a meal plan if you're diabetic is the best idea. Protein shakes. Protein shakes are not something that I suggest, no. I would suggest protein powder. 1 scoop of protein powder mixed in with some almond milk or some water. It's a great idea compared to, let's say, like Smoothie King protein shakes. Those things are super high in calories, high in sugar. Not a great idea for weight loss. You'll want to take it in the morning, so take your pills in the morning. Do you have to do a fast-paced incline walking to build muscle? No. If you do fast-paced incline walking, you're not going to build any muscle. The easiest way to build muscle is progressive overload workouts. So that's going to be the most effective. What will fast-paced incline walking do? Be some really great cardio. Now, is this necessary to lose weight? Absolutely not. I mean, you can walk at a snail's pace. You can walk at this pace and still get to your goals. What you want to do is find a level of cardio that is challenging for you, but it's not going to break you down, because you need to do it every day. You got to find something you can do every day. Meal planning is going to be the easiest way for you to get to where you want to go in your goals. I strongly suggest meal planning because it allows you to stay prepared. So make your meals. On Sunday is my meal planning day, my meal prepping day. I plan my meals the day before that. So inside of all of my 90-day plans are 4 grocery lists, 4 meal plans, and 2 30-day workout splits that have everything that you need to do in order to get to your goals. So I strongly suggest the 90-day plan. So on the website also is recipe books for my people who want some additional recipes outside of their plan, which is a great idea. So if you get it, I'm really excited for you. It's gonna be some really good food for you to make at home. Alrighty, so BMI. BMI is a question that I get all the time. Is it accurate? Which is the body mass index. The answer is no. Everyone knows the BMI is not accurate. It's not. It just takes percentages. It's not accurate. The most accurate way to know your body fat percentage is to get a DEXA scan. A DEXA scan is something you can Google and find in your town. It is an x-ray of your body, and it will literally tell you how much of your body is fat, how much of your body is muscle, how much of your body is bones. So this is a really important test to take. Now, what do I think about BMI? I think that while it's not accurate, it is okay to check your BMI if you don't have access to a DEXA scan. The reality is, you may think you're overweight. So if you do think you're overweight or obese like 42% of Americans, you need to ask your doctor. And if you don't have access to one immediately, you can use the BMI index to see. And then when you do confirm, hey, I should lose some weight, go ahead and get a meal plan to do so. Yeah, it's really hard to get on a plan and stick to it. That's why all of my 90-day plans include the 2-week anti-inflammatory detox, which is to help you get rid of your sugar and your dairy cravings. Most people, in my opinion, are addicted to the sugars in the dairy. They are just so good, and we can't stop eating them. So the 2-week anti-inflammatory detox is a meal plan. It's a diet. It's 5 meals a day, 14 days straight, and I strongly suggest it before starting your journey. What is progressive overload? Well, progressive overload is a style of training. The easiest way to do progressive overload, there are multiple ways, but the easiest way, in my opinion, is pick heavy things up. One heavy thing, then another, i.e. picking up 5 pounds, then 10 pounds, then 15 pounds. Another way to do progressive overload is to increase your reps. So to go from 5 reps to 10 reps to 15 reps. Another way to do progressive overload is to slow down, do time under tension. So from 3 seconds up to 3 seconds down, or 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. So those are ways to do progressive overload, and it's gonna be the easiest way to build a muscle. Can you build muscle in Pilates? In my opinion, my humble opinion of doing Pilates for 15 years, no. Can you build muscle with resistance bands? In my humble opinion, the answer for most people, especially beginners, no. While resistance band training is effective for people who do know how to push heavy weight, for a beginner, no. You're not stressing your muscle enough, which is the number one step to build a muscle. So there are 4 steps to muscle building: stress, rest, recovery, adaptation. Stress is the first thing that is required to build a muscle. You must first stress it. The next step, rest. You gotta rest. Don't work out 5-6 days a week because you're not gonna have enough time to rest your body. Recovery, you gotta be eating adequately, and following the meal plan will do that. And the 4th and final step is muscle adaptation. That's where your muscle actually grows. You can do home and gym workouts, but I strongly suggest getting to the gym. Getting to the gym has heavier weights. Remember, the number one step, the first step to build a muscle is stress. If you only have access to 5 and 10 and 15 pound weights, you're not going to be able to stress your muscle enough in order to build it. So you want to definitely go to a gym where you have access to 50, 60, 70 pound dumbbells. Will you get bulky? No. There's nothing bulky about lean muscle mass. As long as you're losing fat, you won't be bulky. Will you turn into a man if you're a woman and you lift weights? No. The only way for you to turn into a man would be, I'm not sure, but weightlifting is not how you're gonna do that. So definitely get to a gym, push heavy weights, and enjoy the process. It's a huge part of changing your body. There are only 4 ways to change the way your body looks: gain fat, lose fat, gain muscle, lose muscle. If you change your body by gaining fat, which most of us did, 20 to 30 pounds during COVID, you know you look different. So you want to lose fat to change the way your body looks, correct? And the 3rd way to change the way your body looks is to build muscle. This creates more of a shape. And the 4th and final way to change the way your body looks is to lose muscle. Now, you've seen people who lost muscle, weight loss surgery, people who are elderly, people who are sick. So losing muscle is the worst way to change the way your body looks. You definitely don't want to do that. Fasting. What do I think about fasting? Fasting is a starvation diet when done for weight loss. Fasting is good for political, holistic, and religious reasons. Okay, Jesus fasted, but it wasn't to become a skinny legend. He already was thin. And on day 41, he had a fish fry. So he definitely wasn't trying to lose weight from this. So I don't want you to do it either. Instead, I want you to know that fasting for weight loss is just starving. Please don't do this. Instead, eat for weight loss. That's how it's going to be sustainable. Gummy vitamins are a big thing. What do I think about them? You can have them. It's not a big deal. I don't take gummy vitamins. I just can take a pill. But if you need the gummy vitamins, that's okay. I don't want you eating them as a snack, though. Liquid diets for 7 days. Let's talk about it, you guys. At the top of the year, after we've eaten a lot of food, everyone does the same thing. They starve to lose weight. So you go from binge eating over the holidays to starving for weight loss. You don't see the cycle? The binging, the starving, the binging, the starving, the binging, the starving. You're never gonna lose a single pound like this, not a fat. A 7-day liquid diet is torture to yourself. There's nothing positive about it. Please don't do this. This is just a starvation diet. It's not going to work. And you'll just gain any of that water retention right back. Thank you, thank you. What happens if the scale isn't moving, but you're losing inches? How do you know you're losing inches? Are your clothes fitting looser? And if they are fitting looser, did you wash them recently? When I was overweight, I used to love non-scale victories. I used to say, hey, I'm not seeing any changes on the scale, but I feel smaller. And sometimes that felt good enough. Now, if you're on a true weight loss journey, you should see the scale going down. That's not a hard thing to do. What happens most times is we're not necessarily on a diet or in a calorie deficit, and we're not seeing changes. And so we just start creating things in our head. Hey, non-scale victories, my pants fit better. Well, you haven't washed those pants in a couple days, so maybe that's why. But beside the point, you should track your progress by weighing yourself once a week. Weigh yourself once a week. Sundays is my day. After I pee, before I eat or drink, when I am empty, once a week. You should see the scale go down progressively over the months. Also, measure yourself so you know you're losing inches, which is a sign of fat loss. And take 3 photos of yourself, front, back, and sides. This is a great indicator that you are changing. But no more non-scale victories. If you're truly on a weight loss journey, you should see the scale moving. If you want to gain weight, you absolutely can. I have a ton of people who are building muscle on my plans. All you have to do is click my username, take it to my TikTok account, enter your height, your weight, your age, your activity level. It will tell you how many calories you should eat every day to lose 1 pound a week. Get a plan based on that number. And if you want to gain weight, it'll tell you how many calories you should eat every day to gain 1 pound a week. Get a plan based on that number. Creatine. Do you need creatine to build muscle? Absolutely not. For one, creatine is inside of protein. So if you get protein in daily, you're getting in creatine. Creatine is meant for recovery time. So for my people who like to go to the gym and lift really heavy day after day after day after day, of course, creatine is a great option for their recovery. But for the average person, myself included, who only train 3 times a week, it's not necessary. And as a reminder, I'm on the treadmill right now. I'm just in my fat burning zone, which is 110 to 120 of my heart rate. So that's important. If you want to know what your fat burning zone is, you can get a VO2 test. It'll tell you exactly where your heart rate should be to focus on fat burning, which is going to be the best thing for you. If you're insulin resistant, I strongly suggest getting a sample meal plan. I have a lot of people on my plans who are insulin resistant, losing fat and building muscle. Macros. I know you've heard it before. Macros are calories. Every 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. Every 1 gram of carb is 4 calories. Every 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. Macros are calories. It's like calories is $1 and macros is 25 cents, a nickel, a penny. It's just a breakdown of that. If you're someone who has a lot of weight to lose, I suggest you start with 1 pound at a time, especially if you're overweight. Most of the time when we're overweight, we want to lose weight rapidly. We want to see the scale go down. That's the worst thing you can do to your body. Weight loss is a combination of fat loss, muscle loss, and water loss. And if you lose muscle, you will not like the way that your body looks, I guarantee it. So instead, you want to focus on maintaining muscle. And the only way you can do that is if you lose fat slowly. So the goal is to, this is you, this is your weight. The goal is to lose fat, lose fat, lose fat, maintain muscle, maintain muscle, maintain muscle, lose fat, lose fat, lose fat, maintain muscle, build muscle, maintain, lose fat, lose fat, lose fat. Our goal is not to lose fat and muscle. It's not gonna look good. Instead, we wanna maintain muscle while progressively losing fat. How do you improve your endurance? Great question. So I want you to focus on 30 minutes of cardio every single day. 30 minutes of cardio. Start walking just like this. You don't have to run, you don't have to skip, you don't have to jog. I want you to start walking. Rodney, when he started my plan, was using a motorized scooter in the grocery stores to get around. In his mid-30s, he was not very mobile. Now, 5 months later, 65 pounds down, he runs. That's what I want for you. So start off simple. Doing something as simple as walking, 30 minutes a day, is gonna get you to running in the near future. Yes, definitely need the 2-week anti-inflammatory detox if you're at the beginning of your journey, so you can focus on getting rid of the sugar and the dairy cravings. I'm going to be on the treadmill for an hour today. Normally I just do 30 minutes, but I went out of town yesterday. So what happens when we go out of town? Of course, I bring some of my meals with me, but I also have a little bit of extra food, a little bit of some fun calories. So not to offset the calories that I consume, but just to get back on track, I do a little bit more cardio. It's okay to do a little bit more. Do I suggest home workouts in the beginning of your journey? Yes. Now, after the first few weeks of your journey, no. The weights that you have available at home, unless you have access to 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 pound dumbbells, back squats, kettlebells, you just don't have enough at home to get the work done. And after a few weeks of doing the progressive overload workout plan, you would have gotten stronger than 10 or 15 pound weights. Insulin resistance. If you're insulin resistant, like a lot of people on my sample meal plan, I want you to ask your doctor, how did you become this way? Instead of just accepting it, let's ask a couple questions. How did I become insulin resistant? More people, more times than none, how you became insulin resistant is by being overweight or obese. 42% of Americans are obese, and 62% of Black women are. So how we got where we are now is by overeating. So how does the plan help with that? It gets you out of the overeating category, out of the surplus. We want to eat at maintenance or in a small deficit in order to lose weight. So that's how it's helpful. Trainers. You do not need a trainer in order to lose weight. God, no. However, it is helpful when you're in a cut or you're cutting your calories to wear one for some stability, for some great assistance when you're in the gym, and also to help create a smaller waistline as you lose fat. So you're only gonna lose fat by following the plan. But wearing the trainer is helpful, and that's why I wear it 3 hours a day. Great. You can feel your stomach underneath your abs. If you've been doing, you can feel your abs underneath your stomach. If you've been following my meal plan long enough, you're probably getting to the point where you feel something hard underneath your belly. Yes, those are your abs, and they have always been there. That means you're cutting down on the fat that's covering them. So continue to follow the plan so you can unveil all of those abs. Just keep following the plan. Alrighty, so when it comes to how much protein you should get in a day, there are tons of studies that say similar but sometimes conflicting things. So the most accurate reading on how much protein you should get a day is 1 gram of protein per lean muscle. Don't let this be confused with body weight. So myself, I'm about 160 pounds. However, I am 135 pounds of muscle and about 20 or so pounds of fat. So in my case, I am supposed to eat about 135 grams of protein every day. So that is going to be the leading number. That's really difficult to do, and most people don't make meal plans based on that. So instead, I want you to get about 30 to 35% protein in your daily diet. Following the meal plan, you'll be able to do that. If you're pregnant, can you do this? Ask your doctor how many calories you should be eating and get a plan based on that number for you and baby. 3.5 is the speed that I normally do the treadmill on. However, go with whatever speed you think is best. I usually don't do my treadmill on an incline unless I have a leg day afterwards. So I'll do cardio in the morning, and if I'm going to do hamstrings or quads or something like that, I'll do an incline. Why? I want to activate my legs for my workout later on. Is doing 10,000 steps a day good? It can be. It's an aggressive goal for beginners, so I don't suggest it. Just 30 minutes of cardio every single day is going to be effective. However, if you feel comfortable doing that much cardio a day, that's fine. Just make sure you go build some muscle, because I don't want you to do so much cardio that you're running the muscle away. Do I suggest counting calories? No, it's very obsessive and can lead to disordered eating. So counting calories is not going to be the best way to get where you want to go. Instead, I suggest getting a meal plan, seeing what your portions are based on the size, and then committing that to memory. So most of the time, we decide what our servings are based on what our mom used to serve us. So my mother, who's Caribbean, used to make plates of food with rice that covered the entire bottom of the plate. So when I got old enough, I started making my plates look the same. This is too much rice. So when I got a meal plan and I began to measure out my food, I could see accurately how much was going to be appropriate. So I suggest the same for you. So if you're worried that you're not seeing progress, but the scale is going down, the scale is not going down, but your measurements are, for one, I'm proud of you for actually taking your measurements. If you're someone who takes measurements of your body and tracks them, that is a good indicator that you are losing fat. Fat loss through measurements or loss of inches is accurate. However, if you are truly on a weight loss journey, and especially at the beginning of it, you should be seeing changes in the scale. So my question is, how often do you weigh yourself? If you're weighing yourself haphazardly, every couple weeks, every few days, some in the morning, some in the night, you're gonna see a lot of conflicting information. So instead, you wanna measure yourself once a week. If you're a lady, don't measure yourself usually on your ovulation or cycle time. You're gonna hold more water and the scale is not going to move much. So instead, you wanna measure yourself, I would say on a Sunday, after you use the restroom, before you eat or drink, top of the morning. That is your weight. That's the best time to measure yourself. And do that once a week. Take 3 photos of your body, front, back, and side. And then that is how you look. That's how much you weigh. This walk is good. I hope you've been here with me this entire time. I'm getting some great steps in. So although I do not suggest hitting a certain amount of steps every single day, what I do suggest doing is making sure you're consistent every day. So if you did 6,000 steps a day before, make yourself do 6,000 steps the next day. Consistency is key in this journey. You don't want to go from a 15,000 step day to a 0 step day. That's not going to be consistent enough. And why consistency is important? Because how you are losing weight when you're following my sample meal plan is easy. You're eating in a 500 calorie deficit. So if your body burns 2,000 calories and you begin to consume 1,500 calories, that means you're in a deficit of 500. So if you do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a total of 7 days, that would be 3,500 calories in a deficit total. 3,500 calories. And every 3,500 calories in a deficit is 1 pound of weight loss. That's it. This is so important for my people who say, can I have a cheat weekend? Can I have a cheat day? Can I indulge? You're gonna find it really difficult to see some progress if you're constantly under eating during the week and then overeating on the weekend. You're never gonna hit that 3,500. When you look at my plans, you'll find regular food, French toast, tacos, hamburgers, ice cream, every single night. When it comes to my vegan and vegetarian plans, you'll find proteins like tofu, like edamame, and a lot of great other bean options. I don't offer custom meal plans. They're custom in that how many calories you should eat will dictate which plan you'll get. So when you use the calculator, it'll tell you, hey, you should be eating 1,738 calories every day. You'll round that number up to 1,800. Then you'll get an 1,800 calorie plan. And then you can get, vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, gluten-free, whatever you like. I don't suggest protein shakes. No, protein shakes, there are better ways to get protein in. You can have chicken, you can have turkey, you can have beef, you can have beans. You have a bunch of good food. I want you to learn how to eat for weight loss. Doing replacement drinks is not an effective way to learn how to eat. When you go on a cruise or when you go on vacation, I want you to know, hey, this is a great way to get protein. This is a great meal I should have. Instead of saying, oh no, where's my protein shake? That's not gonna be effective. Yes. It's better for me to walk on the treadmill. If you can run every single day, 7 days straight, run. But If you find that after you run, you're often very tired and you don't have energy to do it the next day, do not run. I want you to find something you can do every day so you can stick to it. So whichever is best. The reason why you may find that certain trainers or fitness influencers tell people who are paying them to do excessive cardio and to undereat to lose weight is because just that. If you pay me to tell you what to do, you're gonna wanna see results super fast. That's why I come on live every single day and no one pays me to do so. I wanna give you real, good, true information. But when you're in a space where you're paying someone for results, the easiest way to lose weight is to just do a ton of work. Under eat and over cardio. That's how you're gonna see the scale go down. And for most people, that's the only thing they wanna see. That's why I break it down at the highest level. You do not want weight loss, which is a combination of fat and muscle, even though you think you do. You truly just want fat loss so you can maintain your muscles, keep a beautiful shape, keep your metabolism up, and also enjoy your body, increase your bone density, live longer and stronger. So that's usually why you'll see people advertising tons of cardio and small amounts of food. It's not sustainable, but of course, when you're paying for results, people don't care about that, right? When you're traveling, I don't suggest traveling on your meal plan until you've been on it for 4 to 6 weeks. Why? You have bad habits, and your bad habits include over ordering and overeating. So it takes at least 21 days to break a habit. I want you to stay in the house for 4 to 6 weeks. I want you to invite your friends over. I want you to cook for them. I want you to enjoy your life on the plan where you're losing fat, maintaining and building muscle, and creating a healthy relationship with food. After being on the plan for 4 to 6 weeks, what happens? Hopefully, you don't over order anymore. Instead of ordering appetizers, entrees, desserts, bread and butters, you go out and you order an entree. You get a bite of somebody else's dessert and you do it again. So when you go on vacation 4 to 6 weeks after the plan, like everyone else on my plan, you don't gain weight. Instead, you realize, hey, I should start my morning off with 30 minutes of cardio. I do that anyways. Let me go ahead and do it even though I'm on vacation. And instead of skipping breakfast, which we love to do, you say, let me go and get an omelet with some good protein in it. Let me get some toast, some jelly, because you eat those on your plan anyways. And why do I want you to eat breakfast even on vacation? So you don't get starving later on in the day. Most of the time we skip breakfast, we're starving by midday, and we say, what I got a taste for? And whatever you have a taste for is super high in calories. You're not gonna get to your goals. So instead, I want you to learn really, really, really good habits that will be sustainable for the rest of your life. If you wanna gain weight, I want you to go to my username, take it over to my TikTok account, enter your height, your weight, your age, your activity level. It will tell you how many calories you should eat every single day in order to lose 1 pound a week. Get a plan based on that. And if you want to gain it, it'll tell you how many calories you should eat every day to gain 1 pound a week. Get a plan based on that. And make sure you have your water when you're doing cardio. Most of the time, I can get at least half a gallon in. How far should you be walking on the treadmill? 30 minutes. However far 30 minutes gets you. Sometimes 30 minutes gets me far. Sometimes it gets me further. At minimum in 30 minutes, 3,000 steps is what I'll normally get, 3,000 to 4,000 steps. But if you're a beginner, maybe it only gets you 1,000 steps. That's okay. Just do it. I strongly suggest eating breakfast before you work out. You do not have to eat breakfast before cardio because you can do it fasted. It's okay. But before you lift a weight, you need to eat breakfast. One pill of fish oil is what I suggest every morning, 1 pill. How do you know how much fat you should lose? Well, if you want to know exactly how much fat you should lose, you can get a DEXA scan. You can get a DEXA scan. You can go and get it. It'll tell you, hey, you're 265 pounds of weight, but you're actually 160 pounds of muscle, which means at minimum, the lowest weight that you would ever want to get is 160. And then you still have to have a certain amount of body fat on top of that to stay healthy. So maybe that's about 40 pounds of body fat. So if you're 160 pounds of muscle and you're 40 pounds of fat, that means total weight should be about 200. So your goal should be focused on just losing 65 pounds of fat. That's easy. You can do that. Not to lose 100 pounds. If you lost 100 pounds, you would lose the fat that you have, some of it, but you also lose some of your muscle. You would not like the way you look. How long does it take to reach your fitness goals? I would say for most people who have maybe even 80 to 100 pounds, a year. A year to actually lose the weight. Weight loss is very, very, very simple. It's all about in what you eat. Now, how long does it take to build the amount of muscle that would make you, the best version of yourself? Years. Years. So losing weight, simple. Building muscle takes years. You'll only build 10 to 15 pounds of muscle in a year of training. In a year of training, only 10 to 15 pounds of muscle, yes. So that's why it's super important to not lose muscle as you're losing weight, because it will be an uphill battle to try to get it back. Yes, definitely be inspired by this live. Go work out if you haven't already, or I just hope that you're walking with me. You don't have to have a treadmill to walk with me. You can walk right next to your bed. You don't need to drink a gallon of water every single day. I would suggest just half a gallon. But if you have been doing that long enough, like I have, I usually do drink a gallon. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. What causes muscle loss? Great question. You can lose muscle a whole bunch of ways. Some of the top ways people lose muscle: getting old. Just simply getting older, we begin to lose muscle. So this is why muscle is important to put on while you're younger. Think of it as a retirement account. So you put money towards your retirement account so you don't have to work for the next 90 years. You want to put away muscle as a retirement account, so as you get older, you don't get osteoporosis, arthritis, so you're able to move your body, drive your own car, so you're able to have your own life as you get older. Muscle is so important, and genetically, women have less lean muscle mass than men. So 50% of women over 65 who take a fall will need someone to take care of them or go to assisted living. We don't have enough muscle as women, and we're not putting it on. So one way to lose muscle, just getting older and not having enough when you're younger. Second way to lose muscle, extreme dieting. Extreme dieting, under eating, fasting, keto, weight loss surgery, anything where you lose weight rapidly, you lose muscle. That is one way. I would never want to lose muscle, because that's something that you would have done to yourself. Now, you can't help getting old, that happens, but you can help extreme dieting, so please don't do this. It's very counterproductive, and that's why a lot of people who have extreme weight loss often look softer or saggier. It's not a good thing to do. So what happens if you have already done that? You need to focus on building muscle. So first way to lose muscle, get old. Second way to lose muscle, extreme dieting. Third way to lose muscle, not training, not eating adequately enough. So not training your muscles. If you go months and years without training them, yes, you can lose them. So it's important that building muscle and maintaining muscle is a lifelong goal. Even though things happen in our life, you should never leave the gym. You should never leave the gym for an extended amount of time if you can help it. So you gotta continue to maintain your muscles. What's another way to lose muscle? Getting sick. So that's, again, something that you can't control. The 4 ways that I mentioned, 2 of them you control, 2 of them you can't. Getting old, we can't control that. Getting sick, sometimes we also can't control that. So those are 2 ways to lose muscle that you can't control. The other 2 ways that people lose muscle every day, not training and under eating, you can control those. So you must control it by eating adequately and pushing heavy weight and following the 90-day plan. Very good. Very good. If you're a beginner in your weight loss journey, you could put on 20 to 25 pounds of muscle in your first year. If you're on a performance-enhancing drug, you can put on a lot of muscle fast, but also that's illegal. Thank you, Tyrell. How long does it take to learn everything that I'm teaching you? Well, for me, it took 6 or 7 years. For you, literally watching these lives. I would say you can have all of the information you need to get to your dream body and to help someone else get to their ideal health and dream goals in literally a week. You watch these lives long enough, you're really going to capture the truth about fat loss and muscle building. And then every video and every Google and every Reddit that you read afterwards, you will understand at a much deeper level. People on my meal plans, before they get on my meal plans, they have no idea how they gain weight. They have no idea how they got diabetes, how they got pre-diabetes. After my meal plan, literally in just weeks, they now finally get it. They understand how medicines work now. So I want you to just watch these lives, learn this information, and thrive. Is agave a good sweetener? It's an okay sweetener. I mean, you can use 0-calorie sweeteners. Agave does have calories in it. You can use agave as well. It's not a ton of calories, but I want you to get away from needing sweeteners. I know this is a crazy premise, but most of us are addicted to the sugars, and they're terrible for you, especially if you're a lady. You may even have a sign of pre-diabetes if you have a lot of chronic yeast infections. Hate to talk about this, but it's very serious. So get away from the sweeteners. You don't need substitutes. You need to figure out why you're so addicted to it in the first place. Do a 2-week anti-inflammatory detox. What about doing strength training and no cardio? No. You can find the biggest, most muscular, most fit looking people, and they can't walk and talk. Cardio's for cardiovascular strength. I've been up here with you guys for almost an hour talking the entire time. Haven't missed the beat. That's why you do cardio, so you can have cardiovascular strength. You lift weights so you can build muscle. It does not take long to lose weight. Within the first 2 weeks of my anti-inflammatory plan, most people lose 8 to 15 pounds. So weight loss is simple. If you don't know where to start by clicking my username, taking it to my TikTok account, entering your height, your weight, your age, your activity level. It will tell you how many calories you should eat every day to lose 1 pound a week. Get a plan based on that number. Do trainers work? They work if you're in a calorie deficit, if you're following a sample meal plan, if you're losing fat. This does nothing. This does absolutely nothing with fat loss. While it has a ton of benefits, and it's why I wear it 3 hours every single day, it does nothing with fat loss. So why do I wear it? It helps create a smaller waistline as far as the shape of the waistline, which is important to me, having an hourglass shape. Digestive enzymes, so important. I take 3 digestive enzymes a day. Why? It helps my food digest. For simple foods that my body has a problem digesting, whey, some proteins, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, all good foods for me, but all foods that I find that I bloat easily but I still want to eat them. So I go ahead and I eat my digestive enzymes with them. Do you need a sweat band? You do not need a sweat band. Sweat just pulls the fat. Okay, so think about these trainers the same way Invisalign works. Alrighty, so if you know anything about Invisalign braces, they pull your teeth together. They just hold them together. What happens if you don't wear your Invisalign or your retainers? Your teeth spread apart. Your teeth can spread back apart. So a trainer, if you wear it consistently, it does help, like a cast, create that waistline. It does not get rid of fat at all, but it will just hold your body in place. What happens if you stop wearing the trainer pretty consistently? All right, your body goes back to looking the same shape it was before. So it's all about consistency with it. You don't need to wear a sweatband because those just pull water out of your body. Not really necessary. It does nothing with the shape of it. Honey is great, but honey is a lot of calories. And how much honey are you using? Figure out why you feel the need to sweeten everything. Why do you feel the need to sweeten everything? What is it? And then, if I could guess what it was, it would be an addiction to the sweets and the dairy. So I want you to do the 2-week detox so you can figure it out why you're craving it, and then hopefully walk away from those cravings. Drinking protein shakes before a workout. No, not really, no. Well, not really at all, just no. The answer is no. Protein shakes, for one, I suggest protein powder. It's 25 grams of protein, 140 or less calories, and you can put it in water, shake it up, and drink it. Protein powder is my suggestion. Protein shakes, not necessary. Before you work out, you need carbs. So you can eat protein before a workout, but it's really important to get some energy in your body, and you're gonna get energy through carbs. After you work out, I would take a scoop of protein powder. It'll go straight to your veins, help build some beautiful muscles. How long will it take you to see results after doing cardio daily? You can never see results. You can go by never seeing results by doing cardio daily. Well, not never, but like really. A lot of us are just eating way more calories than our body can burn. So even if you do cardio pretty consistently, if you're eating in a surplus, you're not gonna see the results, not in your health or in your body. So you need to make sure you start eating the amount of calories your body can burn, and that's when you're gonna see the most rapid results. What do I think about arm trainers? Will arm trainers actually hold your arms up? No, unless you're losing fat. There are only 4 ways to change the way your body looks. 4 ways to change the way your body looks. 4 ways, that's it. Please follow me. There's no other way. There's no other way to change the way your body looks. Gain fat. That is the first way to change the way your body looks. Simply getting bigger, getting fatter. This will change you. Second way, lose fat. Losing fat will change the way your body looks. Gaining muscle. Gaining muscle will change the way your body looks. And what is the 4th and final and by far the worst way to change the way your body looks? Losing muscle. So no, do arm trainers help pull up your arms? They don't. And it's not gonna change the way your body looks. Losing fat is how you're gonna change the way your body looks. Building muscle is how you're gonna change the way your body looks. Those are the ways I want you to focus on. Losing fat, building muscle. Do you need to do intervals on the treadmill? Absolutely not. You can just do steady state cardio. My heart rate is between 110 and 115, which means I am burning fat. There's no reason to do anything other than that. The 2-week anti-inflammatory detox is a meal plan that helps you get rid of your sugar and your dairy cravings. Are carbs bad? Nope. There's no such thing as a good or a bad carb. It's how much. If you, on my meal plans, there are French toast, ice cream, potatoes, rice. It's all about the amount that you're eating. So if you eat 14 ounces in a sitting of rice, you're like, yeah, that's bad because that's kind of a lot of calories for what you're eating throughout the entire day. If you eat 4 ounces of rice, that should be pretty good compared to the other ones. So the amount. Just 1 scoop of protein powder after a workout is what I suggest. I don't suggest protein powder as a part of your daily diet. And really, I don't use protein powder unless I don't have access to real food. So if I'm going directly home after a workout, I'll just make a meal, because 1 scoop of protein powder is also 4 ounces of chicken. So I would rather eat chicken than a scoop of protein, but it's up to you. Okay, how much cardio a day? I suggest just 30 minutes of cardio every single day. That's gonna be the easiest, most sustainable amount of cardio for you. What fruits are unhealthy for your waistline? Absolutely no fruits are unhealthy. It's just about the amount of calories you're eating in total. So you're not gonna find a bad fruit. Should you drink Propel water? That's a good question. The answer for me is gonna be if you like the way it tastes. I just like regular water, but if you like Propel, you can go ahead and have some. Be mindful of how many calories is in it and maybe choose the sugar-free option. As you are on your weight loss journey, my goal is to have you increase the amount of calories your body can burn. Now, if you're on a standard weight loss journey that includes under eating and doing a ton of cardio, all that's gonna happen is you're going to have to decrease your calories over time to continue to lose weight. This is not effective long term. This is why 95% of people who lose weight gain it back. So instead, I want you to focus on building muscle. Building muscle allows you to eat more calories. So while on this plan, you're gonna be eating 30 to 35% protein, which is adequate for maintaining and building. I want you to focus on getting to the gym and doing your progressive overload workouts so you can push heavy weights, and we'll be able to take your metabolic rate or your metabolism to a higher level. Yes, you should care about the glycemic index of your food. If you've been on this journey as long as you have. If you've been on your journey for a couple months, you're truly understanding weight loss in the simplest form, calories in, calories out, then it is time to start taking your journey to the next level. It's time to start taking your journey to the next level and looking at more details, even maybe getting possibly a food allergy test, more in-depth testing just to optimize your body for a longer, stronger life. Some of my favorite go-to carbs: rice, potatoes, French fries, bread, pancakes. There are no bad carbs, so I really like all of them. I just had burgers and French fries yesterday. That was awesome. How much of it is what matters. In the beginning of your journey, you could do high reps or high weights. Personally, I want you to focus on your strength. Your number one goal is just to get stronger. So going heavier, not working to failure, but just getting heavier is gonna be a very effective way to get what you want. What do I think about prepackaged food? I think it's too expensive, too expensive. I want you to focus on spending less money on food, not trading out your addiction for buying food that's unhealthy with your new addiction of buying a lot of food that's expensive and now healthy. I want you to learn how to spend less on food following the meal plan. We spend about $50 to $60 a week doing grocery shopping. Do you like tuna salads? Tuna salads, the way I used to make them, with a bunch of mayonnaise, a bunch of eggs, a bunch of everything in it, pasta. No. I wouldn't suggest that kind of tuna salad because that's gonna be a ton of calories. Now, tuna salad, that's just maybe albacore tuna, some relish, some mustard, maybe half an avocado. Yes, that's gonna be like 200 calories compared to 1,000 calories. So make it smarter. If you want to focus on firming your skin as you lose fat, there is firming lotion available in the link in the bio, and it also comes with a Vibra Sculptor. This will help you firm your skin. This will not get rid of fat at all. It will not help you lose muscle, build muscle at all, but it will help you firm your skin as you do these things following the plan. Now, we're coming to the end of our workout. So when you think about cardio, you don't have to do 12-3-30. That's gonna be, for people who are a little bit more skilled, I wouldn't do 12-3-30. That's a lot of work to do. I want to do something I can do every single day. I can walk on my treadmill 30 minutes every day, no problem. Could I do 12-3-30 every day? Yes. Would I hate it? Yes. I don't want to do anything I hate because that means I'll end up not doing it one day. I truly enjoy just walking, so that's the kind of cardio I do. If you like 12-3-30, go for it. You're better than me. So if you're someone who has lost weight, a rapid amount of weight, a large amount of weight, and now you need to tone, I want you to look at the language you're using. You have lost weight. Weight loss is a combination of fat and muscle, which means you've lost muscle. And now you need to tone. Toning is just a soft word used, probably made by a man in a boardroom. So women feel more comfortable going to the gym. They don't want to call it building muscle because they don't want to turn into men. So instead they use the word tone. But what toning actually is building muscle. Remember, there are only 4 ways to change the way your body looks. Gain fat, gain muscle, lose muscle. So when you lost weight, you lost muscle. And now you want to tone, which is build muscle. Do you see what I'm saying? You took your time and you lost muscle. Now you're trying to gain muscle. So for anyone else who's at the beginning of your journey, this is a sign. Don't ever lose weight. Because if you lose weight, you're gonna lose muscle.